6 o'clock.
Alright.
That guy never got that other guy's
Wait,
name.
did you?
Recording in
Yeah, we
progress.
just
Cut it down, just cut it.
Good evening, I'd like to call the March 25th Town Board meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Let's see, I don't have anything for supervisors to report this week, so let's move on to correspondence. Do we have any correspondence this week? No correspondence. Move on to open it up to citizen comments. Do we have anyone in person or online that would like to speak?
No.
All right, nobody's raising their hand online, and we don't have anybody here in person today. All right, then I'm going to close the public portion, and we'll move on to our department head updates, starting with our police chief.
Good evening, everybody. So far in the first quarter, our numbers are up compared to last year. For comparison, in 2025 so far, we are at 53 body arrests, which is a 25% increase to the same time last year. Case-wise, we're at 88 cases. That's a 20% increase from last year, and we've already answered 2,500 calls in the town so far this year. I'm proud to report that all 5 of the recruits graduated the academy and are currently completing their mandatory 160 hours of field training with a state-certified field training officer. I hope to have them all cut loose and on their own by the beginning of May, just in time for summer and just in time to give my staff a chance to recharge their batteries. I'd like to take a quick minute and just thank each and every one of them for the sacrifices they made, working 18 hours a day, many times multiple days in a row. They sacrificed time away from their families to fill all the overtime shifts while we rebuilt the police department. As everyone knows, I lost Officer Garofalo to the state police. Their academy actually starts this Sunday. My detectives are completing background investigations on new applicants, and they will put in extra time to expedite this process so we can get Colin's replacement to the upcoming May Police Academy in just a short month away. 2 of the 11 plate readers that we received on last year's grant are up and running. I'm not going to tell you where they are yet. I'm excited. We have a great advantage with these plate readers in our town. They're going to help us not only assist our agency in investigations, but every agency throughout the state. With the increase in call volume, cases, and arrests comes the increase in time that all of these tasks take. My staff is prioritizing tasks as they come in the door, and we're doing the best we can to get everything done in a timely manner. Anxiously awaiting the arrival of the 3 new police cars, 2 to replace the detective vehicles, and 1 for the sergeants. Hopefully, by the beginning of the summer, they should be in service. I recently acquired new portable radios that are assigned to each individual officer. This too was done off that grant that we received last year. It closed a major safety issue of us not having enough radios for the people that were working. The radios were purchased this time, which means we don't have to pay the monthly fee anymore. In about a year or so, it'll completely pay for itself. As the weather continues to get nicer, you're going to see the guys and girls out walking the streets and the rail trail during their shifts when they're not too busy answering calls. We're going to continue to build back the trust with the public knows that we're here to help with whatever they need. On a happy note, I want to congratulate Officer Nicoletti and his wife on the birth of their first child, a baby boy, last Thursday. That's it.
The plate readers, are they mounted onto vehicles? Or
They're mounted in areas in the town that we got to get permission from landowners. Currently, there's 1 in South Fallsburg and 1 in Woodburn, but we have 11 going up, so we have 9 more that are getting put in.
Are they designed to catch stolen cars and stuff?
Yeah, stolen cars, suspended registrations. I believe you can have, if the registered owner is a suspended license or has a warrant, that'll also pop up. We have it in the station, so we get alerts when these cars are coming in. If someone is not on a case or not doing something, and they can grab it and make the road safer. That's what we're going to do.
Okay, but we're not doing it for traffic enforcement or anything like that.
If the guys are slow and there's not calls, they can. Yeah, I mean, we have a couple cell phones that we're getting up and running. I mean, with technology today, you can download an app on your phone and it'll ding when a car is suspended or revoked.
It doesn't do speed.
It's no speed.
Okay.
Just captures plates and runs them through their system instantaneously.
So it's good for missing person.
It is, and even right now with the case that we're working on in Hurleyville that I told you about last week, we had confirmed hits on the plate readers all the way through Staten Island to help us track down the vehicle that was involved in that. So we're working on it. It's a great tool.
There's a lot of them out there.
They're everywhere. You wouldn't believe it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And never mind just civilians that have them. My in-laws have one at the campground, capture every car that comes in because of illegal dumping and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, great tool to have.
And the new radios that we got for, as a grant, this would offset the ones that we are renting from Gooseneck?
Yeah, so Goosetown, I got them from Goosetown, yeah, from Steve Lacrosse. They came from a PD, they were a year old in Connecticut. But we only had about 9 or 10. And in the summer, when we have events in Morningside or guys are out walking, there was not enough radios to go around. And we were paying a pretty hefty monthly fee. So that fee's over. And now that we purchase on a grant, we own them, we don't have to worry about them anymore.
Great, save us money. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Like it.
Any questions from the board? All right, we can go ahead and move on to our highway department. Anthony?
We've just been transitioning from winters, transitioning from winter to spring. I've been doing some ditching, patching. We spent, 2 weeks up on the rail trail cutting trees for the big bridge project maybe. We got some pipe work we gotta do. Two of our new trucks are supposed to be here within the month. We're just plugging along here, getting ready, I'm waiting on 2 more quotes to come back for some paving that we wanna do in town here. And that's basically what's been going on here.
The blacktop plants are open?
Not yet, blacktop plant's not open yet.
Not open
I
yet?
haven't gotten an official date yet. I've been trying to get hold of Joe down at Marcel Blacktop. Because I don't know if he's out working on the plant or maybe I can go right over tomorrow and see what's happening. But I don't have an official date yet. I know Callahan was talking about opening up towards the end of March, but haven't got confirmation on that yet.
Any questions from the board? Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Last but not least, Ken Ellsworth, town engineer.
Ken is online. There he is.
Hello? I want you to know Jen made me turn my camera on because she knew I went to the gym before the meeting. So I'm not in my best attire, so apologize.
We can't even see that. All we see is your head, so you just blew your own spot up.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. On the sewer, I talked to Randy today and talking to him quite a bit. So they're doing spring maintenance, getting stuff ready specifically for the pump stations. We're servicing the generators, getting those to make sure they start. Every year you have to fire them up and exercise them. They replaced a pump on the Echo Lake pump station. And not because we replaced the pump, but we discovered that there's a couple of holes in the force main over in that area that we have to get repaired. So right now I'm researching the best way to do that. We'll possibly try to line it. It might be too small to line. We may have to replace it. It's a galvanized line. It's fairly old. So far everything's been contained and we just don't want it to blow before we get it replaced. I guess on my end, we are pursuing the Laurel Ave sewer study, and within the next probably 2 weeks, maybe 3, we will have some smoke testing done and some camera done, work done to find the difficult areas in the line and get some repairs in that. As you know, I contributes a great deal to the treatment plants, especially South Fallsburg treatment plant. So if we can clean up some of the old pipes in the I think that will be better for everybody in the long run. We had an opportunity, there's a project on Park Ave and Elm Drive area, and we'll end up, because of that project, having 1,000 feet of pipe replaced. As part of that project, the pipe that is being replaced is clay pipe, and it's been there for a long time, not in very good shape, along with the manholes. So a lot of things happening on the sewer. Talked to Rob today as well. Rob is focusing on upgrading the well houses. There's parts that have to be ordered to replace some of the equipment. That's pumps, chlorination pumps, different chemical pumps to keep all that stuff running smoothly when the demand hits. They're out removing hydrant stakes that they had placed in for the winter, so the hydrants didn't get hit. They have found a lot of broken meters. We started a process, I think maybe the board remembers, there's quite a long list of meters that have not been functioning for a while. And about a month ago, we set up a program to start replacing those and getting those fixed. So that's underway. And then we found a lot of broken curb boxes and rods that help you, turn on the water to the houses or turn on the water to the hydrants. So we're getting those all fixed before we have to use those services. I think the board is also aware that we have the hydrogeologist working on the DRBC report. They're working on lock sheldrake number 1. We are going to do a test well over on lock sheldrake number 1, attempting to get some additional volume there. We have testing going on for hydrant road wells. We have 2 projects that the board initiated for water line replacements. They'll be coming out soon. So again, a lot's happening on the water. I'm just kind of summarizing some of the main items.
Great. This is what we discussed a while ago about replacing some of the water lines on town-owned properties that's not on state or county roads. That would help us with some of the losses that we're experiencing.
Yeah, what we did, and I took that and went with Rob and looked at the different options we have. We truly do have a pinch point coming out of the well field of wells 6, 7, and 8. It's an 8-inch line that comes out of there in one direction. In another direction, it's a 10-inch line that comes over down Riverside Drive over to County Road 52, but then it turns back into an 8. And then, of course, there's 8-inch line all along 42. So one of the biggest bangs for a buck, we have a problem with pressure in the line coming from those wells. Those are the largest producing wells the town has, and we're trying to push the water to the south. If those lines, just in a quick calculation, if those lines were 12 inches instead of 8 inches, we'd save about 74 psi pressure in the line, and we would be able to pump a lot more water down to the south side of town. And it seems to be the biggest opportunity to improve the system by replacing that section. And of course, just as you indicated, Supervisor, the difficulty is it's along the New York State DOT road. So I have a preliminary plan set that I had before, and I want to end up with some discussion in planning the right on the next block here at Binghamton. And I want to have them look at that and see what kind of difficulty they would give us on an approval basis to be able to replace that water line. With that replaced, I think that starts the biggest part of our problem to get water to the south side of town, along with the hydrant road wells.
I think that would be tremendous if they got that approved and we can get that going. I think it'll go a long way to increase the water capacity going into South Fallsburg, and specifically the water towers over there. We can get to it from the south side with the hydrant road wells, but then if we can get water from the north side, we can approach it from 2 ends, and hopefully that will help us out in the summer and maybe even create a little bit of extra water for firefighting as well. Thank you, Ken, I appreciate that.
Yep.
I have 2 questions if we're to that point. The first one is water and the second one is sewer. With water, we all talked about an additional step to try to help us for the summer would be to bring in a company for leak detection. Have we
Yep,
ever done anything with that?
starts first week in April.
Okay, great. And the other question is, I was in town hall when they discovered that sewer leak over in, with that aging line by the pump house.
Yes.
That, I've seen just on like YouTube videos, this technology where they feed a liner of a pipe in, it looks like a snake. You know, and it just expands, and then is that a technology that would be suitable for that?
It's one of the things, we have a call into a contractor that does that now. One of the concerns is the size of the line. It's a 4-inch line, so there's not a lot of room to possibly do that. And one, whether the structural integrity of the pipe is sufficient. So if you can imagine that liner that would be through there, if there's a large enough hole, you'd end up blowing the liner through that hole and possibly ripping the liner. So they're gonna look into it for me. I've placed a call, and I've shown them the pictures that Randy had given to me, and they're gonna take a look at that for us to see if that can be done. And then if that's true, then we'll go out to bid. That's not the only company. We'll go out to bid and get competitive bids on it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, Ken. Any other questions from the board? All right, thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and move on with our agenda items. So number one, motion to approve town board minutes dated 3/18/25.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor? All in favor, aye. Number two, motion to approve warrant number 0325 dated 3/14/25 in the amount of $399,731.13.
Motion. Second.
Motion and second, and we approve, motion passes. Number three, motion to approve the employment of Timothy Deary as laborer 2 in the highway department with a salary of $44,928, effective 3/3/25.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, and I approve, so 3-0. Number four, motion to approve the employment of Jason Edwards Jr. as part-time dispatcher with a hourly rate of $25 and a start date of 3/19/25.
Motion. Second.
Motion and second, I approve, that's 3-0. 5, motion to approve Supervisor Ben Simone signing a settlement of a stipulation of settlement requested by the Insurance Carrier Council on March 20th, 2025, payment to be made by Town of Fallsburg Insurance Carrier, less applicable deductible.
Motion. Second.
Motion and a second, I'm in favor, 3-0, motion approves. Motion's approved. Number 6, this has to do with a development being built, Concord Estates. They need to name the internal private roads for 911 purposes. The county, Department of Real Property Tax Assessment, I believe, approved the naming, and we're here to, finalize that. So resolution number 31 of 2025 naming No Fish Circle. This road has been approved for use in a private community known as Concord Estates, located on property identified for assessment purposes as Fallsburg 60-1 63.1 and Fallsburg 60-1 62.4 within the town of Fallsburg.
Motion. Second.
Motion is second, I approve, 3-0. Number 7, so this has to do with the farmer's market. We usually enter into an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension every year to conduct a farmer's market on town property, specifically the municipal lots. We'll put out a schedule once that comes out, but it's pretty well received and it's very popular. Resolution number 7, resolution number 32 of 2025 to enter into Town of Fallsburg facilities agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension to conduct a farmer's market.
Motion. Second.
Motion is second, I approve, so 3-0, motion passes. Number 8, so this one is also a MOA, Memorandum of Agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension This relates to grant funding for safe routes to schools and active friendly routes for everyday destinations. This is specifically, to increase walkability along Laurel Park Road, to include some benches, bike racks, and a repair station. So number 8, Resolution 33 of 2025 to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension, Sullivan County, related to safe routes to schools and active friendly routes to everyday destinations.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second. I vote yes, 3-0. Motion passes. Next up has to do with the noise control law that we passed previously. Essentially the only difference is that we need to change the number of resolution to make it consistent. We could probably get away with not doing it, but we want to do our due diligence and make sure that everything is done correctly. So number 9, resolution number 34 of 2025, amending resolution 17 of 2025 as passed on March 18th, 2025, authorizing the adoption of the town by the town board of the town of Fallsburg of local law number 2 of 2025, a local law to amend the town of Fallsburg noise control law. Do I have
Motion.
I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Which one's that, 9?
Number 9.
Yep, second.
Alright, motion, I have a second, I'm in favor, that's 3-0, motion passes, resolution passes. Number 10, this has to do with the towing ordinance that we were looking to make amendments to. We had a series of public hearings, the tow operators had their input on various changes, and we hope and believe that it is ready for passage. So number 10, resolution number 35 of 2025, authorizing adoption by the town board of the town of Fallsburg of local law number 3 of 2025, a local law to amend the town of Fallsburg road service and towing ordinance. Do I have a motion? Going once, going twice, and I do not have a motion to proceed, so the resolution will be set aside for another time if possible. So number 11.
Hold on a second. How will we proceed?
It's just that there was no motion, there was no motion made, so it wasn't passed.
But we're not gonna put it forward in the others.
No, it may, but that's not for time. It'll end up being on another agenda.
It's been going on for so long. I'm
Yeah,
just worried
no, it's
about a
just-
local law number. That's all I'm worried about.
No,
Okay.
it's just, there was no motion nor a second.
Yeah, I think we can recycle that local law number if it doesn't
Well,
get
yeah,
passed
no,
tonight.
I'll just move on to, 3 will be something else, but
Yeah.
it's just gotten very complex with that one.
Okay. Number 11. So this has to do with the charging stations that we discussed a number of months ago, actually I believe last year, to install 6 charging stations throughout the town, including one by the police department. With golf courses and the municipal parks. 6 of them, I believe 2 at the golf courses.
One at each golf course, one at the park.
Right, one at each golf course, one at the Land House parking lot, one by the police department. I forget where the other 2 are.
Where the police department didn't put it?
No, we're not doing it
Now we're
there.
gonna do it.
Is it not going by the police
No.
department?
Right, that's what I was wondering.
2 at the golf course.
No, it's Landau's and Morningside. My computer's died.
Maybe if you had a charging station, that wouldn't happen.
They charged all day, I don't know why you're talking.
You like that?
It's all right, you have yours.
This is USB-C?
There was nobody online.
There's nobody
There was
on?
one person.
Right, over anyway.
It's alright, well, either way, we'll post the video for tomorrow. Alright, so,
I'll make a motion for
I
that.
second it.
okay.
I'd like to know where they are, but yeah.
She just told you.
Landau's parking lot,
Right.
Morningside. They were gonna put it in the new parking lot over by Gumbo's, but we don't own the parking lot, so we have to get a hold of Mr. Gumbo, and we haven't been able to.
What happened to the golf course?
One at each golf course, no?
No.
Why?
That's not happening? Oh. So, but the thing is that in order for us to apply for the NYSERDA grant, we essentially have to enter into this agreement. but we could hold off. Do they need to have this at a certain time? Is this gonna hold everything
Why
up?
don't we hold off on that one too?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'd like to at least know where it's
Yeah,
going.
me too.
You're
Oh,
very
no,
least
no,
quality.
they need this in for NYSERDA.
Yeah, we have to have it.
Yes, they need this resolution to put in the,
But are we
there's a deadline.
obligated?
To put it where we put what we want, I mean.
We have discussions about where they're going after
We
we
make
approve
motions, but
this.
then, I mean,
No, because Mike has to sign off on the locations still.
Yeah.
So the locations could still be up in the air.
No, you're signing off on them if you pass this.
so where are they as of now, you said,
Landau's parking
is
lot,
one,
no, is 4,
4 of them land house?
yes.
I-
They were gonna do
Yeah,
2
we're
at the
not
police
gonna-
station,
I'd
but we
like to know why
don't
they're
have
not.
the power there.
Why
And,
not? They're not.
because we didn't have the power right now.
Oh.
They used to have electricity over there.
They
No,
had-
there is power, but there's
No,
not
no.
enough to put them in.
No,
You
no,
have to
geez.
upgrade
I
services.
find that hard to believe.
You only need a.
We used to have electric carts there, we used to charge 80 carts, you
Yeah,
know,
power
with the
plants, I
gas.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, they only need
Not these
40
kind of
amps.
chargers. You're talking about plain old 12 volt or 6 volt chargers.
Yeah, but we had 80 golf carts getting charged.
Same time?
Yeah.
Wherever they wanted to put them in the parking lot, we
right.
didn't have the surface. And we were gonna do it at the police station, but they're not getting the cars, and we'd have to upgrade the service there.
We don't even buy them at the police station.
And then they were gonna go to Cumbo's parking lot, but we don't own the parking
Elon
lot.
Musk is gonna be pissed at you.
That's
That's right.
So right now, it was just Morningside and Landau's.
Okay.
Can we push this off to next week?
We might lose it.
I don't know,
I don't know.
we can try.
Got it?
I mean, I'm not against it going there, but
Yeah.
it's like weird, you know.
Thought we had the locations, settled.
Yeah.
We do, that's what I'm telling you.
Chen, in the proposed documents, the sites, they didn't give us.
All the paperwork that, for Mike to sign tonight
Is-
has
has
locations,
locations, okay.
SBLs, everything.
Okay, and that's the
It's the
the
application
2.0,
to
the
NYSERDA.
site host.
We make money off of this.
The site host
Yeah.
agreement, this one?
If we raise.
More of a service
Yeah,
than.
nice.
Yeah, they take a percentage and we could, I had a discussion with them because, you know, because other companies approached me about revenue sharing. They said that, you know, they take like 10%, 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and then, you know, there's 30 cents that's charged, to cover the thing, and
So
then
that's
we
what
can.
the increase in
We
power.
can kick it up 5 cents.
So, right, so we have the option to kick it up 5 cents and keep that revenue.
Got it.
Attorney for the town, over there,
Yes.
just making a joke. Doesn't have anything.
So,
Is there anything we could do to
As
approve?
long as the owl is looking at you and not me.
No. Is,
Al doesn't
Al's
matter,
not on.
Al's done right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, is that why
It's like in the back.
it
Yeah.
flew away. Is there a way that we can approve this and have some say in the location, or how do we do
So
that?
just wait till next week and then have a conversation with the guy.
Yeah, and we can have the schedules, because the documents that were circulated to me did not have the schedules of location.
Yeah, because I had to fill them
all
out.
right, so
Okay,
that,
there we go.
Alright, so
Table?
let's push on this.
Push it off,
table
yeah,
this?
table.
I think we should have some say in what's going on.
No, I mean.
I thought we had it
no, that's
settled, so
not-
Yeah.
now that it's changing, it's,
Yeah.
it's all up in the air.
That's
Alright.
that's the end.
Instead of playing games, let's sit with it.
Alright, so table number 11,
we have new one,
and we have one add-on for tonight. So this has to do with the Neversink Crossing project. Essentially, we have to open up certain state level bids, and we have to be registered as part of the Equitable Business Opportunities System. And in order to sign up for the system, we need a local resolution to designate the town supervisor as the responsible local official for project administration, including the use of Equitable Business Opportunity System for the Neversink Crossing project. Now, the reason it needs to be passed tonight as opposed to putting on the agenda for next week is because we have a bid opening scheduled for tomorrow, and we need to have this passed in order for the bid opening to proceed tomorrow.
Make a motion.
Mhm.
So, let me just read it real quick.
I thought we read it.
Number 12, resolution number 37 of 2025, designating town supervisor Ben Simone as responsible local official for project administration, including the use of the Equitable Business Opportunity System for the Neversink Crossing project.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, I'm in favor, so it's 3-0, and the motion passes. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, go
Motion.
I
executive.
think our police chief would like to have an
Word,
executive
right,
session employee discussion with us?
Yes.
Okay, so, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters.
I'll make a
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, I'm in favor, so 3-0, and we will enter an executive session.
Executive.
We do not anticipate any further business after the meeting tonight, and I'd like to thank everyone that came out tonight. With that, we are adjourned.